trying to read something. All right. Welcome to Echo Base Lounge. My name is LostBoy. We are here to review week 1 and 2 of Daredevil, Born Again, episodes 1 through 3. I am joined by Boltbox in the top left corner and Æthere in the bottom left corner. If you guys want to introduce yourselves and say anything.
Hi, I'm Boltbox. My qualifications are I've watched all the Marvel movies and some of the shows.
So you're
Hi.
not qualified.
I'm 100% qualified.
Oh, it's okay. I'll just fuck myself, I guess. Hi, I'm Æthere. I have never seen a single Marvel thing in my life.
Oh my god. How?
I haven't even watched this show. I don't know why I'm here, honestly. No, I watched
You
all
have
3
actually tried to
episodes.
do that.
Yeah, I've watched all 3 episodes of Daredevil Born Again up to this point, and I have seen both the early 2000s film and I've seen the Netflix television series. Never
What
read the
about
comics.
what about the masterpiece of a sequel to Daredevil?
Elektra?
Yes.
No.
The greatest movie to ever be made.
I don't think I saw that one. But isn't Elektra in the first series, like the girlfriend or something?
Yes. Yes.
I never finished the first series.
We'll get to that anyway. We'll get there. Um so let's start off. General thoughts. Let's go over, we don't really have a format of how we're gonna do this. We're gonna kind of play this by ear. But general thoughts. Boltbox. What did you think?
I did not necessarily enjoy it. I think it takes too long to build story. And I just don't care for it. That's also probably why I don't like DC too much. But yeah, this is very DC themed. I felt like the vibe.
I don't think it's DC themed, I think it's street level. And I just don't think you care for that as much.
I mean, Iron Man fought on a street and it was entertaining. So built it in a cave. So
Okay. There's a difference
Box of
between fighting
scraps.
on a street and street level crime.
Box of scraps.
cave
Box of
level.
scraps, yeah. And a car battery, I think.
Yeah.
All right, Aether.
I'm enjoying it so far. So I think that we've had a lot of good build up over the past 3 episodes. I do feel like if they had only released 1 episode the first week, if they hadn't done 2 episodes in the first week, I probably wouldn't have enjoyed it as much, but they did release 2 episodes, so being able to go directly from that really slow ending of the first episode into the really slow intro to the second episode all the way to the end of the second episode, I think was a very good move. And then I feel like we're really building up to everything to essentially just go haywire in episode 4.
I'm trying to
Lost Boy.
remember.
What'd you
I'm
think
trying
of
to
it?
remember how the first episode ended. I can't. I'm drawing a blank. They're like mixing together.
That's why I think it was a good idea that they did it, because the ending of the first episode was very unmemorable. Like, I think it was just either him going in and saying he was going to represent Ayala, or it was the one of the first courtroom scenes. I don't
Oh,
remember.
it was Matt. Remember finding out Fisk won the election.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, that's how it ended. Then he was walking down the streets with the therapist girlfriend, and it was that.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. It
So I
was,
see your point there.
yeah.
I see your point. I think I still would have been intrigued, but I think it was definitely better getting the 2 episodes up front. But me, I love it. I absolutely love it. I like street level. I like the courtroom stuff. I think Matt Murdock is such an intriguing character. I like the fact that he doesn't know what to do, and like I've already seen complaints online that we're 3 episodes in and we haven't seen Daredevil.
I mean, we saw a lot of him at the beginning of
Did
the first episode.
Well, that's true. But did you miss the name of the show? Daredevil Born Again? Like, what'd you fucking think was gonna happen?
Yeah.
Um, okay, so let's start off. Let's start off talking about episode 1. Starts off with a banger, man. That fight was crazy.
Yeah, definitely
Um,
a really cold open, like right off the bat.
well, I kind of think Kevin Feige's the devil, and we made a deal with him. We said, as fans, we said, give us Daredevil back, make Daredevil canon, make the Netflix series canon. And Kevin Feige was like, okay, but it'll cost you. And we're all like, whatever, yeah, it'll cost us. Well, it fucking cost us. I yelled when Foggy got popped in the head or the chest. He got shot in the heart.
Yeah.
I yelled. I was like, "Oh my god!" And I kind of knew it was coming too because I've been following I followed behind the scenes in a lot of movies and shows. So the original script didn't have Foggy and Karen in it at all, none. And fans freaked out, so they brought them back to write them off. A big middle finger. But they've already been confirmed. Both of them been confirmed for season 2 already. I don't know what that looks like. I have a feeling. Um,
Flashbacks and stuff.
so do you want to get in your opinion on the opened before I touch on what I
Yeah,
think
we'll
is
keep
going
on
on there?
going in the same order. So Boltbox.
Um, I didn't really finish the first one, so I wasn't really too attached to Foggy.
Oh,
Well, really all the characters. I know Matt Murdock. I know who Foggy is, just because it's a very unique name. Um, but I watched I think the first season, and then I think I fell off. And I just watched recaps after that. Uh, so I didn't really like it. Didn't hit me as hard as it hit Lost Boy there, but um, I mean it hadn't been for that, I probably would have stopped watching because I'm more of the action type stuff and stuff happening, and then just the slow build isn't really for me. So, but then popping a person right away kind of shows that anybody could die, anything can happen. I think that's really good for a show, especially when they're trying to reinvent themselves.
Yeah, so I figured we were gonna have something pretty serious happen in the beginning of the first episode, given the motive of the show, like Born Again. So obviously something was gonna happen that was gonna cause a fall from grace, and I wasn't sure what it was, but as we're sitting there and it's slowly building up, Foggy's going outside the bar like, "Hey, I got this guy. I was keeping him in my apartment. Oh, he's not looking for this guy." Matt's running across the rooftops trying to get to where this guy is stashed away, and then realizes, oh wait, that's the bait. Like that's not what he's actually there for. And then Foggy just getting popped
yeah.
right outside the cop bar. And then what's I can't remember the villain's name, and I know that's probably gonna
Bullseye.
lose me. Bullseye, just going in and shooting people left and right in the cop bar. I thought it was a really good opening scene, and then that fight that was in the bar really proved why Daredevil is kind of the king of fight scenes. That show, the just straight up one shot fight scene, love it. I'm a huge fan
Props
of
to
that.
Disney for not nerfing it.
Yeah,
Props to Disney.
not a
Yeah.
lot of cuts in the fight scene. Just straight up videoing the fight scene.
Props to Disney for giving us violence.
But
Um,
I feel like it was a very good opening, and then with on the rooftop, him just hearing Foggy's heart slowly stop beating, and then pushing the guy off the roof
like it was nothing.
like it was nothing.
Like he was just done with it.
And I don't
But
know how much the viewers have seen as far as the trailers go, but the most recent trailer that was released was the Punisher monologue, where he's talking about how he's coming to me for, or you're not coming to me for uh, advice, you're coming to me for permission. And I feel like that opening scene really sets up a lot of things with how he's going to get to that point.
yeah. Um. Oh, before I keep going, I want to rewind. I thought it was very odd. At least when I watched it, it didn't offer me a recap. I thought it would give me a recap for season 1 through 3, and it didn't. I thought that was really odd. They didn't put that on there.
Yeah, I
Um.
went and watched a video after
But
because I didn't.
usually they'll put
I
something
thought there
on when
was
it's been a
gonna be
while.
something
Yeah.
or like hints or something addressed towards it, but they didn't really. I know there's. I think it was episode 1 or 2. They mentioned that like, oh, there's a guy with the skull walking around and a guy in a spider suit walking around, and then that was about all you
Yeah.
got.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you guys remember at the end of season 3 that Bullseye had experimental surgery done to have metal blah 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 whatever they called it, something goofy, but in the comics he has an adamantium spine. So that's how he like didn't die off the rooftop.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're calling it adamantium because we just introduced it and that happened years ago. So I don't know how they're going to explain it, if they're going to retcon it into adamantium or what they're going to do. But
Um,
at the but the guy who did the surgery at the end of episode or season 3 um, is the same guy who gave Wolverine his adamantium.
yeah, so he's probably in the same universe as Wolverine, or at least a different universe. Not the sacred timeline because adamantium existed in the universe with Logan. and Deadpool, but
Yeah, but
not.
this is in proper MCU. This is in 316.
It
Daredevil
is
takes
like
place
it's
in
been confirmed.
Daredevil takes place in 316. Yes.
Okay, I didn't know that. Good to know.
Yeah. Um.
It kind of
So
bothered me they didn't mention the blip at all either with Thanos, the Thanos snap.
there was a loose reference to it. I think Kingpin had a line about it, but I hear you to an extent. But we're also 5 years past it.
Yeah, but also like
But I
because
talk about 9/11 every day.
I mean, but like Kingpin, right? I believe at the end of season 3 he's in jail and not getting out.
Hmm.
So if and now he's just out and all of a sudden mayor. So they probably got
So you missed
released.
a lot. You missed Echo and Hawkeye. It's addressed in both Echo and Hawkeye.
Oh, Kingpin
Yeah.
itself is?
Kingpin's in both.
I didn't know that. Awesome.
That's where they talked about like mentoring someone, and she shot him in the face. That was Echo.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. So you
good to
missed some
know.
stuff there.
I haven't seen either of those shows, so that's the context I was missing. I just figured something
Yeah,
happened that I wasn't aware of.
The
yeah.
Disney shows are hard to keep up with. Like
So he
they just
comes back in Hawkeye, and then Echo is a spinoff of that, and you get Hawaiian shirt Kingpin in Hawkeye, which is pretty cool.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I actually had to remember because I thought he was going to get the adamantium surgery after he got thrown off the roof. I was like, well, now I know how his spine gets broken, but I forgot Kingpin had done it in season 3.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they address that then.
Yeah, I don't know if he's coming back or if he's done. I imagine they'll bring him back. Bullseye is like
Yeah, he was huge in the
the
comics, wasn't he?
yeah, he's like the Daredevil villain.
Yeah.
That's never mind. That's another conversation about what I read Matt Murdock's powers are today and how he can taste it before he ever has to taste it, if you get what I'm saying.
I don't get what you're saying.
I don't. It's
His sense of smell is so strong, he
oh.
knows if it yeah, he knows what it tastes like.
Hmm.
Yeah. All right, anyway, back on. I love like that Paige was looking the other way. Or Karen Page, right? Karen Page?
Sure. Yeah.
My full
The
names,
chick.
yeah. I don't
I
know.
like that she was looking the other way and she was visibly like afraid to turn around and see if it was Matt or not. She's
I
like,
think
"Oh
she
God,
was.
oh God."
I think she knew it wasn't Matt. I think she knew that he had pushed somebody off the roof and had tried to kill
Oh,
somebody.
I
And I
took it
think.
as she was scared to see if it was him. Like she was scared to lose both of them at one time.
I mean, yeah, you can look at it either way. I
Yeah,
really figured it was just she knew Matt had crossed the line.
yeah. Yeah, he didn't cross the line. His best
Well,
friend just got shot.
but the
Has he
line.
killed someone before?
Oh
I don't think
shit!
he's killed someone before.
Hold on.
I think he has. I'm sure he
I
has.
thought he was kind of like Batman, where he doesn't kill.
I don't think he did on purpose, but I think he has.
Oh,
Yeah.
does that
Um.
count?
So, you want me to get into the comic reference now or later? That my theory, long game theory here with season 2.
I mean, we haven't even gotten to that episode yet. That was episode 3
Yeah.
that it was
No,
mentioned
it's
in.
episode 1. Episode 1. That's a whole other thing.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
So the building number was like 458, I think. So Daredevil 458 was The Secret Life of Foggy Nelson, where Karen Page, I think it's just Karen Page. I know we're doing a fucking review and I can't even think of her. Yeah, Karen Page.
I'm horrible with names unless it's
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
main
me too.
character.
So Karen Page and Foggy fake Foggy's death, and they go out and like he's doing some things that he doesn't want Matt to know about for a while. But that number of the building was the same number of that comic book issue, The Secret Life of Foggy Nelson. So she's gone doing something else. He's dead. So what's his death faked?
I mean,
Um,
potentially, yeah, that's a thing. Especially if they're
But
saying the castings are in season 2, it could be either flashbacks
Yeah.
or it could be Foggy
so I'm
faked his death.
assuming season 2 is going to be them like addressing the Thanos snap and what happened in between, and they do a lot of flashbacks on like what was going on.
Well, we
That's
got
what my first thought was.
You're hung up on the thing. Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It could just be a fun Easter egg, but the clue's there. Did you guys watch the opening credits? Because I think the opening credits started after that.
I didn't really
Yeah, I
pay it
watched them.
too
I
much
didn't really pay
attention. Yeah.
attention.
So I watched them all the way through on the first one, and I really, so I like kind of New York's crumbling in it, and New York rebuilds the Daredevil mask after the crumble of New York. So to me, and it's kind of referenced like crime. They talk about later crimes going up, and I think it kind of has to do with New York's falling apart without Daredevil to stop the crime, or cut down crime, and New York rebuilding him back and forcing him to come back as Daredevil. I think it was really like a reflection of what was to come.
Yeah. I feel like it's gonna be more kind of focused on that now that episode 3 and the ending of episode 3 happened.
Yeah. But I
Because
think,
from what
I think it was just a representation of what was coming.
from what I understand, that was or White Tiger was the only vigilante that was active after Daredevil went off the grid.
Yeah, we don't know where Punisher is.
Yeah.
At least I don't remember where he went after the Punisher series.
But anyways, continuing on episode 1, Fisk returning. What are your thoughts?
He's a cuck.
I mean, yeah, he does kind of give off that that vibe, doesn't he?
He's just such a simp for Vanessa. It's unreal.
Vanessa's
Vanessa.
his wife, right?
His wife, Vanessa.
Vanessa.
There was nobody to keep them in control,
Vanessa.
She took over the gangs in his absence. And I wish I could remember her character in season 1, but I thought she was real timid at first, so it kind of like surprised me. I don't remember, like, she was just there. Never really cared for her or about her. Honestly, I think she's annoying. But he is a simp for her, and he walks in and they all kind of like look, but yeah, she's running the show.
Yep, she is running the show now, and I mean, him coming back and immediately being like, by the way, I'm running for mayor.
Also referenced in Echo.
Yeah.
He's running for mayor.
Yeah, he says it in Echo.
Yeah, him being like, I'm running for mayor. I can't be associated with any of this anymore, and neither can you. It can't be tied back to me in any way. That's definitely going to come back to bite him in the ass.
Oh, he's going to be full Kingpin again by the end of the
series.
Yeah,
100%.
And I guarantee you, it comes with a weight gain.
I
bet he gains the weight back.
I think I said to Boltbox while he was watching episode 3, I was like, I bet you, like when he snaps, when he finally has his like, oh, I'm going back moment, he just like starts shoveling food into his mouth.
Yeah, because they've made it way too prominent how he's eating. They've showed it way too many times for that not to matter.
Yeah,
way
and he's already by the end of episode 3 starting to lose it. Like starting
episode 3, I think episode 2 he was already.
Yeah, episode 2 with the
was
I don't remember if that was the scene with the construction workers, but
no, I'm not talking about that. Okay, so Paige moved to San Francisco. Did we care?
No,
not really.
Until
I think that's just getting her out of the show.
Yeah, until it's proven that there is something actually going on, and she's gonna play a major role. I think that was just, hey, we brought this actress back so that she could play a role in the first episode, and now we're moving on.
Now we've closed her storyline, and now we can do what we want.
But I do think it was cool that like she was encouraging him to be Daredevil again. Like she knows he needs that. A lot of people were really mad she was written off like that. I don't care. I never cared for that character. I'd rather have Rosario Dawson back as the medic.
Well, it's probably also like background stuff, like actresses and lives and other projects and stuff.
So.
Yeah. The show's not about Karen Page to me. I'm more upset if Foggy's gone.
Well, the show's not about him now either. So.
Yeah, so they referenced Echo when he talked about mentoring somebody at the dinner.
I don't know. And past really Fisk running for mayor and winning, there wasn't really much else that went on in the first episode. I know you probably have some notes, but
yeah, a lot of world building.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just setting up like, hey, 7 years later.
That young dude, Daniel Blake, that's on his campaign.
Mm-hmm.
In the comics, friend with the reporter.
Mm-hmm. In the comics, he's a Martian spy.
Oh.
Wait. Was the first episode
kind of look weird? So
sorry, the first episode and the second episode kind of blend together. like we
First
said.
episode. He shows up the first episode. He's in the second episode as well, though. He sets up the interview with the girl.
No, did
the
Ayala
report.
do his thing in the first or the second episode? Was it the end of the first episode or was it the beginning of the second?
It was in the first episode. We just haven't gotten there yet.
Okay, so it was the end of the first episode then, because
Yeah.
I think it happened around like the last 15 minutes, like last
I think so.
10-15 minutes.
Actually, I don't even see any notes on it.
Might have been the second episode. It might have been the beginning of the second.
It was definitely the first episode, because maybe I don't remember.
We might as well just consider the first 2 episodes one episode.
Yeah,
One
I think we should
episode.
just put them all to one together
Yeah.
because I don't necessarily remember the difference. They had their little sit down in the diner and pretty much said, "Stay out of my way,
was
I'll
the-
stay out of yours."
It was the first episode. I'm looking at it now.
So yeah, obviously a big plot point considering what happens in the next 2 episodes.
Yeah. So I thought that scene was awesome, and like when they pulled out their badges and they were cops, I was like,
Well,
"Oh,
when only one of them pulled out their badges because the other one was
yeah.
meat paste on the subway tracks.
Yeah, that's true.
That is,
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was a definite fuck around and find out moment.
Yeah,
And it wasn't even.
Um,
I mean, obviously, it wasn't even his fault. He didn't do anything, and the guy slipped and fell into the tracks because he tried to punch him.
yeah, it was awesome. I mean, the brutalism that I expect to see in Daredevil. We got it, and we got another inference of it. And I don't know why I even know who the actor was for Hector Ayala, but like it didn't click till later on that that's who that was to me. It didn't click right away.
Yeah.
I don't know if White Tiger. He might be part of Moon Knight, but I gotta
He's not in
finish.
Moon Knight.
He's not in Moon Knight at all.
He's
Okay.
not in Moon Knight.
I just got that vibe from him, so it
because they're
actually made me
both
want to
wearing
go
white
back.
suits.
Yeah, it made me want to go back and rewatch Moon Knight, but because I only got the first couple episodes, but I didn't.
I think I don't know. You got to think a
I-
lot of Moon Knight. I don't know if you're smart enough for that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that happened. We also had Matt went on the date with the therapist, so he's dating her now.
Yeah.
Whatever, love
Are they
interest.
dating or are they just going on dates?
I mean, that's dating.
Eh.
They're
Give me
romantically
Electra.
involved.
Just give me Electra at this point. I don't care about anyone
Did she
else.
die or something? She's still around?
Who?
Electra.
She hasn't even been introduced yet.
Well, I thought she was in the first one, the Netflix
No.
series.
That was in the movie, you idiot.
Yeah,
Oh.
the movie.
Sorry. They're all so long.
That was a very long time ago. So we did have the Matt Murdock and Wilson Fisk meet up in this episode too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was episode 2, but it was episode 1 at the diner.
But really, it was just, hey, I've changed, you've changed, but have we really changed? Stay out of my way, and I'll stay out of yours.
Which neither's going to stay out of each other's way.
No, I mean, it's Kingpin and Daredevil.
Yeah.
We all know where it's heading to. Everybody knows where it's heading
That's
to.
Wilson Fisk, not Kingpin. He said so. I am not that man anymore.
You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy.
You'll always be Gomer Pyle in my eyes. So yeah, on the second date, they learned that Fisk won the election. No, yeah, just kind of an ending.
Yeah, kind of just set up, but they both came out at the same time. I think
Matt's
they
not
kind of
gonna
knew
be
it was kind of
happy.
just. Yeah.
And you kind of see like people running rampant through New York after he wins. Really just showing what his New York City is going to be like.
Yeah, I mean,
I really do think his intention is good. I think he is legitimately trying to help New York City. We'll get a little bit more of that in episode 2. But I think he doesn't know how to do good. I think he wants to do good, but he doesn't know how to do good the right way. I think his intent is there, but he's Kingpin, so it feels like he does actually want to help, and he doesn't want crime running rampant. Little Red Hood type mentality. I can't stop crime, I'll control it. But yeah,
I mean, I've never read the comics, obviously, so I don't know if he ever had a character arc like that. But it seems to me more like I'm the mayor now. The crime that I don't want to happen isn't going to happen anymore, but we're going to turn more of a blind eye to the other stuff. So the stuff that he would be involved with in the original series,
Yeah,
which is,
probably.
I mean, otherwise he would have immediately gone after the people he was associated with.
Probably. Also, I just remembered something. Vanessa, on that first meeting, she made a comment about somewhere doesn't pay taxes. One area doesn't pay taxes. Um, Red something, Red Hook, red something. I don't remember the name. Gosh, I wish I could. Um,
This is why
but
we record the reviews right after watching.
I know. Foggy also, when he was on his phone call, he said something about that area. So that also leads me to believe that Foggy's doing some fuck shit right now and not dead. I think something's going on in that area. Because it was twice we got like low key references to that place, just offhanded, move on. And then on the third episode, it's the same area that Fisk has a problem with something going on in that area. So something's up there. I don't know what it is, but something's going on there. And it's going to be important at some point. Sorry, got derailed.
No, that's fine. We can move on to episode 2 now.
Yeah. It
Or
starts
well,
with him wanting to represent.
episode 1,
Uh,
part 2.
yeah. It starts with him wanting to represent Hector Ayala.
Yeah,
Obviously,
Yeah.
after
Matt knows he's innocent.
after hearing him get the shit beat out of him in the
Yeah.
interrogation room. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a really good lawyer. Um. Yeah. I mean, what do you expect? The cops are going to try to force. Dirty cops are going to do dirty cop things.
Yeah.
Somebody has to get blamed for the death. Might as well be this random guy we found.
Yeah.
Well, not even random guy we found. The guy that the other cop was saying, "Oh, he just attacked us unprovoked and pushed my buddy onto the tracks."
Yeah. Yeah. No surprise there. I don't think there's anything like. I think the moment we seen the fight happen, before we even knew he's White Tiger or anything, we knew that Matt was gonna represent him.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah,
mean,
we knew that was coming. So nothing like,
pretty obvious setup, I think.
yeah.
But I don't know. This one was also a lot of world building up until the end.
Mhm.
So we start getting into the trial.
Well,
Ultimately,
the big thing was Matt discovering he's White Tiger.
yeah, and him being like, "Hey, you should have told me," and then trying to getting it,
Not counted in the trial.
non-admissible,
Yeah.
non-admissible in the trial, which is going to be a plot point in episode 3. But
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of courtroom stuff leading up to, hey, you're the White Tiger, you should have told me. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I should have. Then finding Nikki, what's his face?
Yeah. I don't know his last name. Nikki.
Oh,
Yeah,
the witness.
yeah, the key
Yeah.
witness.
Okay. Yeah,
Finding
yeah.
the key witness, and then what happens in the apartment
Yeah.
with all that.
Before we get there, I think worth noting, BB, right, the journalist girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her uncle is Ben Urich. Did you guys catch that?
No, I didn't.
Nope. Who's Ben Urich?
Do you know
Or
Dustin?
No.
Or Æther?
No.
Do you remember the journalist, the black guy in the first series that Kingpin ends up killing? He's real big in season 1.
Okay. Yeah.
He's like reporting on Kingpin, so Kingpin kills him.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's his niece.
Okay.
So when he was like, "I know your uncle. He was a good man," until you fucking killed him.
Well, now that I know that, that's probably going to come back in the future.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Episode 2 was also the police funeral, right? We had the cop's funeral in episode 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think we should talk about the meeting with the journal with the commissioner, where the commissioner was going to resign, and Kingpin does what Kingpin does, and
Yeah.
moved the newspaper, and there was a picture of his family eating cheesesteaks.
Yeah.
Early signs Kingpin's still Kingpinning. He's not doing this the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
I
like
mean,
the
so
little stuff flaked in there.
yeah, and there's scenes where Kingpin's washing his fists and he's got obvious like his
Bruises.
hands. He's
He's
got
hitting
bruises on his
somebody.
knuckles. Yeah,
Yeah.
so he's been beating somebody. We don't know who that is yet.
Yeah.
But
A lot. Go ahead. Sorry.
no, it's good. Just obviously already the mask is slipping.
Yeah. We also had the scene where the road construction. Kingpin's like, no, fuck the red tape. Let's just do this.
Yeah.
Let's move.
Yeah,
That's
talking
what I
about
like.
optics.
That is
Yeah.
like, to me, that's him showing he's trying to actually help. That's what I'm talking about. Stuff like that. He's trying to help. He's trying to make the city better. But again,
But
It felt
you
he's
like
still
that. He was just
Kingpin.
doing that for the optic. He wasn't really doing that for the road. He was just like, "Oh, that's what you mean by good press."
I don't think partially, but I don't think really. I think he was legitimately annoyed. Like, why are we
well,
waiting?
yeah,
Let's get
no.
this
So
done.
I think it was more him being like, why are
Why
we
am I
waiting?
stuck in
Yeah,
traffic?
why am I stuck in traffic right now? This is inconvenient for me, so I'm gonna fix it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe, yeah. But anyway, very good. I liked it. But yeah. So moving on. Threatens Gallows' identity, force him back in the office. Okay, so we just want to get on to the ending.
Yeah. So the ending with Matt finding Nikki in his apartment and telling him, "Hey, you need to get out of here," and then the two cops busting it or not busting in. He let him in. But and then the fight, very brief fight that happened because of it.
Um, talk about we just talked about Kingpin, like the little dots of him coming back with the commissioner, little dots of Daredevil coming back
I don't think that's a little
before the
dot.
fight
Oh,
scene.
okay.
Before the fight scene. Oh, I thought he was fully back at the end of the fight scene. Actually, I thought he just had snapped. Um, the way he tracked down Nikki. You know what I mean? That was
Yeah,
the little
listening.
teaser.
Yeah.
I'll still do this. I'll still do what I have to do. You know what I mean? So Daredevil's still there, and he's starting to come back out now that he has to. He has to do it to do something. It starts to come out. He uses his hearing to find Nikki. Does what he has to do. So we're getting sprinkles of both being born again. Perfect. Love it. But yeah, that fight scene was awesome. Um, brutal, brutal. He had him down on his knees, get ready to shoot him, and he just, all right, guess I'm doing this, and beats the shit. I thought they were dead.
I thought they
he killed.
were dead too.
I thought he snapped that dude's neck.
The way it sounded.
Real quick,
Yeah.
you gotta appreciate that these two guys, these two cops, are beating up this blind lawyer, and then all of a sudden getting their asses whooped. And they're probably like, what's going through their head? Like, what the fuck is going on
Yeah,
right
just
now?
Ass whooped.
This
That dude's
blind lawyer
wrist got
just
snapped in half. I
like,
mean, his tendons were out of his arm, dude.
like, ugh,
yeah, no, it
Um,
was
they had
definitely.
to mentally break their minds. Like,
Hey,
there's.
he told them you don't want to do this.
he did warn them multiple times. Did you guys catch the Punisher tattoo?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's going to be very important to the rest of the season.
yeah. I mean, it also shows up in episode 3. It's. I think it's definitely. I mean, I don't think it. I don't even have to think or say I think. I think it's pretty implied at this point that there's a small faction of the police force that are taking the law into their own hands, and they're doing it
Yeah.
under the symbol of the Punisher. And I
So
doubt the
again,
Punisher is 100%
no,
on board with that.
no. So again, happens in the comics where the police, so dirty cops, start to use his symbol and to do dirty cop things. He doesn't like it. Let's say that he does not take
Yeah.
too kindly to it. And in the comics, he actually changes his logo to some goofy looking shit because of it. I don't like what he changes his logo to, so I hope that doesn't happen. Hope he just beats the shit out of him and takes it back. I'm kind of scared we're gonna be underwhelmed with the Punisher when he comes back, though. But that's another like. I'm just worried we're all thinking Punisher's coming back full swing. We gotta remember this is not a Punisher show, so we don't know what level he's coming back. He is getting a show, but this isn't a Punisher show, so I don't know what level we're gonna get him.
Yeah.
I
I think we're
honestly
getting
expected in episode 3. I'll get into the way that I thought episode 3 was going to play out, but I thought we were going to have him in episode 3.
So did I. Do you have any? Well, we did have him in episode 3. Boltbox, do you have anything on the ending of episode 2?
Episode 2 ends with the fight, right?
Yeah.
I kind of watched the last like 10 minutes of episode 2, then rolled right into episode 3 just because I
Mm-hmm.
was busy last week. Um, and
Today.
so was it today? It was
It was
today,
It
wasn't it?
was
Yeah,
yesterday. No, it
it
was
was today.
yesterday.
It was
No, it was
yesterday. It was
yesterday. It
yesterday.
was yesterday. Yeah, because I was ready to go last night. Um, but it was good. I liked the fight scene. It's really I was kind of ready. If it wasn't for us wanting to record something and talk about it and actually have theories about it, I probably wouldn't have watched it. But with that being said, I haven't been excited to watch something from Marvel for a while now because it's all been kind of predictable and kind of just they over put too many shows out. So now that there's actual show and there's theories and there's stuff to like figure out, I'm
Mm-hmm.
actually pretty excited to keep watching it.
Oh wow! A little change
Yeah.
of heart. A little coming
Well,
through it.
I mean, it's still like Daredevil's never been like my favorite character, but he's it's dark. It's very DC vibes, like I was saying at the beginning. But um, yeah, I mean, I enjoyed episode 3 a lot. Did not care for episode 1 and 2. I was just kind of bored and kind of
Good.
watching it to build the world, right? That's what it was for. So yeah,
Okay. Episode 2 also ended with the Fisk going to therapy, couples therapy.
Yeah.
yeah.
Bro, what the fuck? He's a simp.
Well, also Daredevil's
King.
girlfriend's the therapist.
I think
Right.
that's the
But
bigger takeaway.
I
I
mean,
think
that's
that's the
not my
bigger takeaway.
takeaway. I care less about that. I care that the Kingpin is simping in couples court or couples therapy. What are we doing? He's the Kingpin.
He's a changed man,
well,
Vanessa.
and I'm
Vanessa.
pretty sure in therapy they mentioned Vanessa was unfaithful.
Yeah.
No,
And
I think she was. I think it was implied. It was not explicitly stated. It was more the
yeah,
the
but
phrasing of uh the work
I've
relationship
forgiven
being
her or something
satisfying.
like
No,
something
no,
like
no.
that.
The
Yeah,
work relation being satisfying.
Yeah.
yeah,
We also got a Spider-Man reference in episode 2. They loosely referenced him running around doing Spider-Man things.
Yeah.
yeah.
I hope we get some sort of Spider-Man cameo at some point.
I
Not even full suit, maybe shadowy in the background, something. We're in New York, man. You got to give me Spider-Man.
What's
doubt it.
Spider-Man
I
doing
think
right
the
now?
mention was pretty much
Uh,
all that you get.
I'm trying to remember the
it,
Spider-Man movies.
it
What's going
left
on with
with
him right now?
him. Remember, he re-erased everyone's memory, and he just made his own like handmade suit. So he's now
Oh,
like
okay.
he is now your friendly neighborhood
Now
Spider-Man.
he's actually okay. Do you know if
Yeah.
they animated the new show
No, they're not
Friendly Neighborhood?
related. Not related.
Okay.
Not related at all. I watched a couple episodes. Um, my note literally says he's such a simp for Vanessa.
I mean, it's not wrong.
Like in 3 different places.
But
My note at the end of episode 2 was the devil's back. Clearly I was wrong.
no,
Devil was
not
not
yet.
quite back yet.
Yeah.
But that was my instant reaction. That's what I wrote down as my instant reaction. The devil is fucking back.
Nope, not yet.
And then first note for episode 1 was, oh, he didn't kill him. He just fucked him up real good.
I mean, he tried to.
Yeah. You got anything on the beginning of episode 1?
Episode 3.
3. Yeah. Sorry.
I mean, episode
Um,
3, that was just we rolled straight back into court stuff.
The court. Yeah. I loved the court stuff. I thought it was really good.
I mean, I didn't really care for the court scenes. I thought they were. I mean, the show's not about. Obviously, he's a lawyer, but like more what's happening with Daredevil and not necessarily Matt. And so, like to me, the court scenes are kind of weak. They're funny and they're good for the story building. Like when he calls him out for his like, oh, what happened to your eye? That was awesome. It's like, oh, what happened? Maybe you just got to, get out of the
Wash
way.
your hands.
Yeah.
Wash your
So,
hands.
I thought that was really good. But as someone who likes lawyer shows and all that fake lawyer TV, I did not care for the court scenes. I'll be honest.
I thought they were really good. I think you're wrong. I think it is crucial for the development of Daredevil to come back. It's not the stuff happening in the city. It's the stuff that's affecting him personally. Like he wouldn't have cared as much about the ending, and which I'm assuming is the catalyst of him coming back, if he didn't represent him, if he didn't go through that in court. If Matt Murdock didn't go through that, I don't think the devil would come back.
So,
I mean, yeah, okay.
looking at it, the entire, obviously, episode 3 was a lot of build up to the ending of episode 3.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, I mean, kind of obvious, right? Just things going wrong in the trial. You'd think something goes right, and then it goes completely wrong. I think had they lost the trial, I feel like that would have been the catalyst for him to come back right then and there. Not obviously not in the courtroom, but like that day would have been like, well, time to go, lay down the actual law. But he won, and it looked like, all right, we're good. Red doesn't have to come out to play.
Yeah, Red. There was a lot in there.
Yeah.
The star witness being scared into not telling the truth. We probably should have seen that coming a mile away. I don't think I did, but looking back at it, probably should have seen that coming.
And he's the way he said it was someone got to my star witness. Not really. I mean, he was in court looking at the large group of police officers that all probably knew him.
Yeah.
And was like, I can't do this.
He was never going to be safe.
Yeah.
He was never going to be
it's
safe.
way easier to be like, oh, yeah, that guy did it. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
And then immediately going from that to being, oh, by the way, my client's the White Tiger after it was declared non-admissible in court.
Which I think should have... Yeah, I think that
was... That should have been a mistrial.
He should have never done that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough to know if that would justify mistrial or not. I don't know. But it wasn't. We're good.
I mean, yeah, but... Yeah.
But it was really, his defense was really good, like showing the sport, why would this guy all of a sudden kill 2 cops when he's out here saving these lives, and look at all these letters from all these cops that he saved?
Yeah.
Made sense. But that's what I really want to talk about, the letters from the police. I think you caught one of them.
Yeah. Officer Morales, yeah.
Officer Morales, baby. But Officer Morales wasn't actually Miles' dad's last name.
No, it wasn't.
He changed it before he died. But, so, did you catch that, Tyler, when he said that?
No, but that makes sense.
Miles, before that, he said Officer Davis. That is Miles' dad, is Officer Davis. He does eventually change his name to Morales. So it could be one of those two, but we got our second Miles Morales reference in the Marvel Universe. Do you guys know the first one or no?
No, I don't.
In the Marvel Universe completely? I mean, there was 2 movies.
Huh.
What?
Yeah. Spider-Verse.
No, in Earth 1...
Sacred Timeline.
In the Sacred Timeline, yeah. In Spider-Man Homecoming, when that black dude, he like webs to the car.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
I watched Spider-Man Homecoming when I was deployed, and it was on a very bad third website.
Anyway,
so,
it was Prowler.
Yeah.
It was Miles' uncle, and he said something about, I want these streets to be clean. Because he was asking about the alien weapons. He was like, I want these streets to be clean. I have a nephew, that lives here. And that was the first Miles reference we had, because that was Prowler. That was Miles' uncle.
Yeah.
So this is our second, I believe, Miles Morales reference in the MCU. So I do believe Miles is coming.
Miles
really
is my
do.
favorite Spider-Man, so I would love that.
I mean, Miles is a good Spider-Man. I don't know if he's like better than Peter. He's not amazing, that's for sure.
Neither is Peter. That's why he keeps dying.
Anyway, back on track. Really excited for that. Glad to see a Miles reference. Ooh, maybe that's the Spider-Man we get. Maybe cool. I get a Miles.
Maybe.
Anyway, court scene, not guilty. I don't think there's a lot more to talk about there.
I remember when they got the not guilty verdict, I'm like, so these cops are just going to be cool with you guys just walking out of the courtroom and like nothing happening? Like,
so
I kind of just felt the vibe.
Yeah, no, I immediately thought, especially with the framing of the, like, him looking at his family and his family looking back at him, the way the scene was framed, I was like, damn, something's about to happen. Like, right there. Especially,
like, I thought, cool with that. Like,
I thought when he was walking out of the courtroom, he was about to get popped. Like,
yeah, because in the other cop's mind, right, the cops that were there knew what happened, but in all the other like normal police officers' minds, it's this guy killed one of our people,
Well,
and
no,
so
and you kind of saw some of the cops being like, actually, yeah, no, if this guy is the White Tiger, like them agreeing with Matt throughout the case, like in the scenes where they were panning across the audience, where some of them were like, yeah, no, this makes sense. Why would he help all these people and these cops if and then turn around and kill one?
well, because he's a vigilante.
I don't think the cops had anything to do with what happened, though.
You don't think so?
You don't think so?
I think
I think
I
I
think
thought it was
No.
pretty
I
obvious.
think it's all the cops.
No, it was Fisk.
Who the
No,
cops work for him.
I think it was
He's the mayor.
that guy that had the Punisher neck tattoo.
No, it's a whole group. I I don't think
They're
it's
probably
that
all
guy
cops.
specifically.
Well, what I'm saying
But
though is it's that group. I don't think it's Fisk. I don't think it's like just some random Joe
did you
Schmo.
miss Fisk's entire monologue over the scene?
I
No,
mean, he was talking about how
He said
it's an
this guy was
injustice, blah blah
and
blah. It's when he's talking to the reporter girl.
yeah, but
this wrong needs to be.
has he done anything explicitly illegal up to this point? Like we're still operating under the assumption that Fisk is still being good guy Fisk.
Yes, he
Well, so
has.
what
Yes,
I
he
took from
has.
that,
In episode 3, he did.
No, his underling did.
Yeah, but he
So-
said this was from Kingpin, essentially.
No, he said, I don't work for the mayor, I work for the man. But it could have come from Vanessa because Vanessa's been the one that's running things right now. It could have come from either of them.
I took it as from Fisk, and he's
Well,
still the guy.
also he does the interview with the reporter, and then I personally took it as that interview got published, and so one of the people who followed the Punisher
Well,
group took it into their own hands and killed the vigilante.
I think it is alluding to the fact that he was behind it.
No, I think that it's this Punisher fan group, essentially.
And I think he used the media to control the Punisher fan group. That's the vibe I picked up at the end.
I don't agree. I think that he is very smart, and he knew to put the Punisher logo. So we all agree. No one thought that was Punisher at all.
No.
Yeah,
no.
I didn't expect it.
Also in the comics, Punisher, after all this goes down in the comics, Punisher starts using swords instead of guns because the cops piss him off so bad he doesn't want to be like them at all. Which I don't want that. I don't want that.
No, let's see some limbs get sliced off. Let's go.
What is he, Ronin?
Yeah. Oh, you'll love the LARPing scene in Hawkeye.
I have to go watch
Bold of you to assume I'm going to watch Hawkeye.
it.
He's forced. Someone has his armor, and he's forced a LARP to go talk to the guy. It's so funny.
Like actual LARP?
And they're like actually LARP,
That's
and they're like,
lame.
"You're a rookie, so you have to start out. You only get one hit." And he's like, "Do you know who I am?" He's like, the girl's like, "Yeah, I know who you are. It doesn't change anything." But anyway, back on track. I think my theory is Kingpin blatantly sent whoever that is out there on purpose as dressed as Punisher because he's smart and he's trying to frame it as Punisher did it, because now it makes another vigilante look bad. Another vigilante, even though he killed the one he wants dead, another vigilante's out committing murders, makes him look bad. So it helps his anti-vigilante bill.
I disagree. I think you're reading way too far into what Fisk said. I think he was just doing an interview to try and spin it as this was a bad move. This is a bad lawyer. This is a miscarriage of justice. I think that it was the Punisher group of the cops took it into their own hands instead of Hitman.
Yeah.
Essentially.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll
I
see.
think it's a little both. I think Fisk purposely manipulated the Punisher group of the cops to do the murder. So I don't think he sent them directly. I think he purposely did the interview to manipulate them to do it. So a little of both of what you guys are saying.
Yeah, when I seen it, there was a split second when I seen the Punisher. I was like, "Oh fuck!" And then I was like, "No, it's not him." But it was like I think it was the shock of seeing it. I was like, "Oh shit!"
It's been alluded to too much that there's this group of essentially lawless cops that are going around to actually believe that's the Punisher at this point. Like, we wouldn't have even known the Punisher was involved in this if they hadn't done the trailer with the Punisher in it. Like, we wouldn't have even known. So.
Well, I knew before I seen that trailer.
What, did you just look at the castings or something? Like,
I mean, I knew John Barenow's film scenes.
Yeah, I didn't look that far into it. I was just like, Daredevil
I
born
follow
again.
filming and I follow what's going on. So
No, I'd rather it be a surprise.
That's how I think too.
But yeah, so that's the first 3 episodes. Any closing thoughts? Because we're coming up on an hour here.
Oh wow, much longer than I thought. I'm very happy with it. It's enjoy it. It's a good ride. It's not just straight action. It's world building. It's good to me. It's what I want.
I think it's what the MCU needs right now. Is an actual show that builds the world instead of just caters to like what they think the fans want. I think this they took a lot of hints from Deadpool. You know, I love Deadpool. But they took a lot of hints from Deadpool 3 of not censoring stuff, and I think they're taking that and putting it into Daredevil, and I think it's working.
And I just think it's a lot of. I enjoy it, obviously. I think it's a lot of build up, leading to an eventual collapse, and the payoff's going to be a lot, very, very good, and very, very violent.
Very violent. Yeah,
Can't wait for Deadpool to show up.
yeah. All right. Tyler, you got anything? Any videos coming you want to plug real quick?
Nope.
Aether.
I am still working on my not my Dead Space, my Dark Souls series. I have, I think, 5 videos backlog that I need to edit still, and I still need to finish streaming it. It's just been kind of difficult recently to have time to do that. So I have leave coming up. I will be working on that.
Um, I don't know if I'm gonna have any game stuff. Maybe we'll film something this weekend. I don't know if we get to it. I'd like to do some Borderlands playthrough. Um, looking at you guys.
Borderlands?
Uh,
That's an S name I haven't
um,
heard in a long time.
I just found out we all got invited to go watch The Monkey tomorrow. So we should do a review on that tomorrow.
oh, we could do that.
Yeah.
I
Because
didn't know
I
you
feel
got
like
invited to. I didn't know you got invited too.
I knew you guys were talking about it, and then I got the text, and then he's like, "Hey, they're coming too." I was like, "Oh, cool." So
Yeah, we could do
yeah,
that. I'm good with
yeah.
that.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like it's gonna be a very niche movie, so we'll see.
Yeah, that's good. But on our TikTok channel, I am currently building, and I'll probably continue to do it. I've been having a lot of fun sitting on there building. This Hulkbuster Lego. I'm not even halfway through the first book right now, or I'm right around halfway through the first book right now, and I'm already at this monstrosity. This is just the chest of the Hulkbuster armor. It's pretty crazy.
While we were
Um,
talking, I was looking at the box, and then looking at that, I was like, "Is that only the chest?" So that thing's gonna be huge.
yeah, this book is only the chest.
That's crazy. That's gonna be awesome when it's done.
Yeah. Well, this
We're gonna
box
have
isn't only the chest.
Well, yeah.
This,
I
Oh
know. But I
yeah, the
was
box is
looking
the
at
whole
the
thing.
box, figuring out what it was
yeah, I mean,
going.
it's pretty like,
Yeah, it's huge. That's
yeah,
awesome. That's gonna be
yeah,
so cool.
it's cool. I'm really enjoying this build. I don't always love the giant builds, like the R2 over there is a piece of shit. I don't recommend anyone building that. The head doesn't sit on. It is so bad. It is probably the worst Lego I've ever built, to be honest with you. I
Yeah.
hate it. And I've done it like 3 times. I hate it, and I never want to do it again. Um, I thought I was gonna love it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I got that. I'm doing that, and then I probably will do some smaller sets. I've got 2 small Star Wars sets I need to get done. Um, and then I'm gonna build the Daily Bugle. And I probably will, once I figure out how, maybe with the help of Æther here, take all the videos recorded and build a time lapse of building them. I think it'd be fun to post that. But I'll have some games coming out sooner or later. Just don't know when. Next couple weeks are pretty busy. I'm about to start my final for my masters, and that's like 4 8-page papers in 14 days, minimum 8-page papers. So or 14 days, yeah. So
I guess
I don't know how much content I'll have out.
in the spirit of building things, I guess I should mention this. I have recently started a new hobby. I don't know if I'm gonna stream and upload the first one, but I have a backlog, and eventually I will be streaming and see if my cord can reach this far. No. Streaming and building this monstrosity.
That's so cool.
Is that a Pokemon?
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah, gotta catch them all.
Oh no, that was Zoid. That was a Zoid.
No, that was Gundam.
I know, but Zoid was better, arguably.
I have
Gundam's way better.
I have 3 master
I
grades and a
love
perfect
Zoids.
grade, and probably more on the way with my next paycheck. So I have a lot of them to work on.
It's awesome.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks for hanging out with us at Echo Base Lounge. Yeah. You guys got anything?
Nope. Thanks for watching.
All right. See ya.
I
Peace.